Oh my god. Carlos Sainz barely made it out with his life there, leaving everybody, including team principals Frederic Vasseur and Toto Wolff, infuriated. The near-death experience for the Spaniard forced Formula 1 to call off the first practice session for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. But what happened? For those of you who haven't heard yet, a drain cover brutally shattered the floor of Sainz's Ferrari. During the session, there were only 7 minutes of on-track activity, with Charles Leclerc leading the timesheet ahead of Nico Hülkenberg. The red flag was raised when Sainz's Ferrari encountered trouble due to a broken manhole cover, leading to the cancellation of the session for safety reasons. The FP2 session for the event was supposed to kick off at midnight local time, but a message on the FIA's timing system pages informed an hour beforehand that the second practice would experience a delay. At 8:30 p.m., Lance Stroll took the lead in the Aston Martin, navigating a visibly slippery surface on a chilly night, with the track temperature at just 19 degrees Celsius. George Russell commented that the grip was very low. Esteban Ocon set the initial benchmark, but Charles Leclerc quickly outpaced him, with the expectation of track evolution as the session progressed. Just 7 minutes into the session, Carlos Sainz triggered the first yellow flag, quickly upgraded to red when the Ferrari driver halted on the main straight. This message was relayed to the Spaniard, who had audibly bottomed out on a bump, eliciting a groan of discomfort from the driver. Stop the car. Engine off. While his rivals headed back to the pits, Sainz emerged from his halted SF23, signaling the end of his session after just 3 laps. The stoppage was prolonged, with a truck dispatched to retrieve Sainz's Ferrari on the track. Despite these efforts, race control declared that the session would not resume. Sainz's Ferrari, with a shattered floor and potential damage to the front suspension, was brought back to the pits. The FIA decided to conclude the session for safety reasons after their technical team inspected the car. The governing body of motorsport confirmed that the failure Sainz experienced was due to the concrete frame around a manhole cover, which he had hit. The cover was not securely attached to the surrounding metal. Reports also indicated that Ocon's Alpine suffered damage from a drain cover as well. An FIA spokesperson said, "Following inspection, it was the concrete frame around a manhole cover that has failed. We now need to check all of the other manhole covers, which will take some time. We will be discussing with the local circuit engineering team about the length of time it will take to resolve, and will update with any resultant changes to the schedule." Clearly frustrated, Fred Vasseur requested to exit Thursday's FIA press conference, making it known to everybody in the room that he wanted to be somewhere else. Initially, there was belief that only the floor was affected, but Ferrari team boss Vasseur clarified that the damage extended to the chassis, battery, and engine. Social media photos revealed the floor was not merely broken, but shattered. This extensive damage not only sidelined Sainz for FP2, but, given the budget cap constraints this year, Vasseur deemed it an expensive accident for Ferrari, one he says is unacceptable. What he said is that I think I hit something on track, and he didn't know exactly what it was. The situation is that we damaged completely the monocoque, the engine, the battery. I think that's just unacceptable. Advised to consider the bigger picture by host Tom Clarkson, the team boss interrupted, saying this in frustration. "I hope this is a good one. I don't need to have a bigger picture." Clarkson persisted, urging him to discuss what the Las Vegas Grand Prix signifies for Ferrari, to which Vasseur responded in anger, as proven by his vulgar choice of words. He said, "I'm not sure that is the topic for me today. We had a very tough FP1, one that will cost us a fortune. We fucked up the session for Carlos. We won't be part of the FP2 for sure, because we changed the chassis of the car. Okay, the show is the show, and everything is going well, but I think it's just unacceptable for the F1 today." With Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff offering his thoughts on the matter, warning his good friend about potentially saying something he might regret, Vasseur bit back, saying this before walking out and ordering Clarkson to ask Toto questions instead, since he's had enough. "Toto, but you would be upset in my situation. Can I leave now?" Looking back, it might not have been a good idea to pester Toto Wolff after the Frenchman's heated words, because it seems like some of the negative energy rubbed off on him. He got into an argument with a reporter who called the horrifying events of FP1 at the Las Vegas Grand Prix a black eye for Formula 1. The session, naturally, wasn't resumed as an evaluation of the drains around the track got underway. During the team boss's press conference, a member of the media suggested that this incident was a black eye for Formula One. It's worth noting that the Las Vegas Grand Prix is an event where F1 itself serves as the promoter, and the cost exceeds $500 million. Wolff's reaction made it clear that he strongly disagreed with the assertion, dismissing the claim as completely ridiculous. He went on to emphasize the need for recognition and appreciation of the efforts put in by everyone involved in bringing Formula One back to Las Vegas. That is not a black eye. This is nothing. We are Thursday night. We have a free practice session, one that we're not doing. They're going to seal the drain covers, and nobody's going to talk about that tomorrow morning anymore. It's completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. FP1. How can you even dare try to talk bad about an event that sets the new standards to everything? And then you're speaking about a drain cover that's been undone. That has happened before. That's nothing. It's FP1. Give credit to the people that have set up this Grand Prix, that have made the sport much bigger than it ever was. Have you ever spoken good about someone and written a good word? You should about all these people that have been out there. Liberty has done an awesome job, and just because in FP1 a drain cover has become undone, we shouldn't be moaning. The car is broken. That's really a shame. For Carlos, it could have been dangerous. So between the FIA and the track, and everybody needs to analyze how we can make sure that this is not happening again. But talking here about the black eye for the sport on a Thursday evening, nobody watches that in European time anyway. Regarding the cause of the issue, Sky Sports F1's Ted Kravitz reported that the frame of the drain cover may have been dislodged due to the pressure caused by cars driving over it. Kravitz raised this possibility, saying, "You would say, well, wouldn't this show up in any kind of inspections earlier on when the track was inspected? Our understanding of the manhole cover was that it's actually the frame around it that has come up naturally. It has been dislodged, whether it's been sucked up from the pressure, the downforce of the cars, the ground effect effectively, whether it's been damaged in some other way, the frame around it has been damaged and come loose, and that's enabled that to happen." The execution of Formula One's dream project got off to an embarrassing start, further validating Max Verstappen's statement that the event was 99% show and 1% sporting event. The Dutchman voiced his dissatisfaction with the showbiz aspect surrounding Formula One's Las Vegas Grand Prix, saying that he felt like a clown during Wednesday's opening ceremony. For me, you can skip all these things. It's not about the singer, it's just standing up there. You look like a clown. Not a lot of emotions, to be honest. I just like to always focus on the performance side of things. I don't like all the things around it anyway. I know, of course, in some places they are part of it, but let's say it's not in my interest. Due to the flamboyance of the ceremonies, Verstappen confessed that nothing about it excites him. This race marks the first one held in Las Vegas since the Caesars Palace Grand Prix in 1982, set on a new inner-city street circuit. Verstappen added that, "No, I'm looking forward to try to do the best I can, but I'm not looking forward to this." What do you think? Has Formula One turned into a circus show since Drive to Survive made it more popular? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.